WUSA 9 Weather Impact Alert is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
And good evening. I'm Meteorologist Topper Shutt. We'll talk about our rain tonight and our weekend. We have a weather impact alert, obviously, because of all the rain tonight. So we're going to focus on now until 11 p.m. That's going to be the heaviest rainfall. Not to say it won't shower after 11 p.m. It will. It'll shower tomorrow morning, in fact, but that's our main focus. Impact, well, rain heavy at times, chilly. If you're not home yet, you've got a miserable commute home. Adjust your outdoor plans. If you're going to go out tonight, it's still going to be raining late, so you need the umbrella and a coat. You're going to be cold just standing around waiting for an Uber tonight. It is much more like early March than mid-April. Okay, so the next 12 hours, if you're going out, this kind of tells the story, right? Rain across the board all the way through the night. Look at the temperatures. We clawed our way to 50 somehow today, 49 at Dulles, but temps just gradually fall. Notice the winds going northeast, north, 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 and eventually north-northwest. It's going to be a cold day tomorrow. We lowered our temps tomorrow. I don't think we'll make 50 tomorrow. The burbs were never going to make 50. I'm not so sure we're going to make 50 even downtown tomorrow. So if you're going out, that tells the story. Raincoat or a coat and an umbrella. All right, here's the radar. Well, I kind of widened this out. We've got rain up and down the eastern seaboard, but the heaviest rain kind of pretty close to us between Richmond and D.C. and certainly through much of southern Maryland today. That was the heaviest rainfall by far. And the rainfall now making it all the way to I-81. It's taken a minute to get there, but it is there now. So here's the radar past couple of hours. And look at all this activity from Fredericksburg kind of pushing northwestward over toward Warrenton. And if you look carefully, I mean, that's, rainfall rates about 6 to 7/10 of an inch per hour. That's pretty impressive considering temps are in the 40s. It's not convective. It's not thunderstorms, not tropical. It's a pretty hefty amount of rainfall there. And you see this kind of band of rain roll through Charles County and Arundel County toward Baltimore. Now another band coming up through Calvert County and St. Mary's County as we speak. So we'll zoom in a little bit. Everybody has a wet commute home, okay? No doubt about that. But the heaviest rain down 95, Dale City, Quantico, over towards Stafford. And pretty good rains as you get out 66 past Fairfax and over toward Warrenton. So again, and it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be with us all night, and some of it is going to be on the hefty side, and it's just going to be kind of a real miserable night pretty much across the board. Oh, that's too bad. It's not working. Oh, well. Oh, there it is. Excellent. Excellent, Smithers. There we go. So now we can move around a little bit here. So let's go down here a little bit to the south and west. This is pretty heavy rain. I mean, that's Goldvein, Fredericksburg, Stafford. Going down 95 would just be not a lot of fun right now. It really wouldn't be any fun at all. I mean, and it's just going to move kind of northwestward toward Warrenton and Haymarket as we go through the next little bit. So rainfall amounts, let's just see what we have like kind of west of Fredericksburg. We got rainfall rates. Well, that's got over an inch per hour. I think that's a little bit overdone, but you see this is pretty heavy rain. And again, considering it's, not tropical or convective, it's pretty good rain. It really is. All right, now let's kind of work our way northward. Now, it's not as heavy, but it's still miserable. Chantilly, Sterling, either side of 66 on Manassas back toward Haymarket. Moderate, light to occasionally moderate rainfall across the board. Now, what about further east? Earlier today, it was really a mess going from Bowie on 50 to Annapolis. It's a little better, a little heavier activity just kind of in Upper Marlboro. But as you go on toward Annapolis, it picks up in intensity. Going up 270, it's light, but it's, the roads are still wet and miserable. And also going up 95, BW Parkway, it is still wet. Heaviest activity now is sort of on the east side of 95 around Dale City, at least in that particular area. If we go further north, it's just actually started to rain up here. It hasn't rained much at all. In fact, Martinsburg, you haven't had anything yet. Thurmont, some light rain. Frederick's been raining lightly for a while. But Martinsburg, nothing yet. Hagerstown, nothing yet. Charlestown, some light rain. Berryville, some light rain. This will move into the I-81 corridor in the next couple of hours. Will never become as heavy as what we saw south and east of town, but it will be a miserable Friday night for you folks too. You've at least had a relatively dry day, albeit cloudy, and kind of a cold. But again, by far and away, heaviest activity is south and southwest of town. I mean, that's just, the colors don't lie there. There's orange and yellow all over the place. There's your heavy band from Chantilly to Manassas, going down 95 through Quantico, Stafford, and Fredericksburg, and now over toward Goldvein. And this is kind of drifting northwestward. So this band will move into Culpeper and Warrenton. So get ready. It's going to be have some heavy downpours. We queried that. I don't think it's an inch per hour, but it's probably about 3/4, 0.8 of an inch per hour, which again, that's pretty good. Considering, again, it's not connected to a tropical system or, convective, summertime convection where you get tremendous rainfall amounts because you have more moisture in the air. So that's pretty good. That's all in all, I think that's, it's going to be with us all night. So get ready. Now, I want to show you a couple of things. I want to show you rainfall. This is crazy. I mean, look at this. I mean, essentially, east of 95 and then south 95 and south of 66, that's where all the rain was. There's been a little bit, Leesburg, Frederick, and Hagerstown, but not that much. I mean, you get to the blue, that's over an inch, and you get to this color, that's 2 to 3 inches. And that's really the case through much of southern Maryland. We'll zoom in a little bit. So, down Waldorf, La Plata, 301, Dahlgren, heavy rain, Mechanicsville, Dunkirk, Prince Frederick, down toward Leonardtown, also heavy rain, and then, of course, over toward Fredericksburg. I mean, this is pretty impressive. Over 3 inches around Mechanicsville, almost 3 inches, around 3 inches for Hughesville. And then, if you're just outside of this color, you're still in the 2.6, 2.7 range. That's a lot of rain. Really is. I mean, and kind of a clear line of demarcation. I mean, in terms of 1 to 3 inches of rain and then less than a half an inch of rain on the other side of 95. Pretty good rains too, La Plata and down 301 as well. Now, this just popped up to 4 inches in the last couple of hours. They had a fair amount of rain this morning in Fredericksburg, but they really got kind of hammered between about 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock. And look at that, 4 inches. So just south of Stafford and south of Goldvein, right into Fredericksburg, 4 inches of rainfall. We have no reports of flooding right now, but got to believe something's on the roads ponding a little bit. So, it's kind of crazy that it really ended up that sort of a clear line of demarcation. So, where did things go? 11 o'clock, guess what? We still have rain and showers across the board. You see the areas of yellow. That's still moderate rainfall for Prince George's County, Anne Arundel County, Calvert County. You see the darker shades of green. That's, moderate downpours. And you can't help but notice the temperatures. I mean, wow. 43 Hagerstown, 44 in Gaithersburg. This is what I mean. You go out tonight, you need an umbrella, but you need a coat. It's just be cold, I think. It doesn't help that we had those 80s in March, and now we have this in April. All right, by tomorrow morning, there will be a couple of showers around, but tomorrow you just have to prepare for temps and a cloudy day. Not going to see any sunshine tomorrow. Winds notice are now north, almost north-northwest, which is a little drier wind. But temperatures, 42 in D.C., 43 in Cumberland. Now, not to get too technical, but atmospherically, we're pretty close to being within those snow parameters. And notice the snow is not too far away, up in southeastern PA and northeastern Maryland. So I said this yesterday. Would not surprise me if we had a flake in Damascus or Clarksburg or those areas had just a little elevation, maybe down the Blue Ridge too. For the rest of us, just a miserable start to Saturday. Now, by 10 o'clock, the showers kind of thin out, but it's still cloudy and it's still cold. 42 Hagerstown, 43 Leesburg, 43 in D.C. Temps are actually pretty uniform. This kind of pattern, everybody's kind of on the level playing field. 44 or 45 in Fredericksburg and 44 in Culpeper. So if you get up early tomorrow, you will have a couple of showers. After that, just clouds and a couple of sprinkles. By 1 o'clock, now we're in the mid-40s. Notice the arrows. Yep, we have winds now north-northwest. It won't be super windy. It'll be kind of blustery. Winds are like 10 to 20 and gusty. But that's just enough to turn a 45-degree cloudy day into a real miserable day. So I would say if you're going to go out, I'd dress for the 30s on Saturday. Really would. I would treat it like a late February day, early March day at the worst. By 6 p.m. tomorrow, it's a little better. Temps are now in the upper 40s to mid 40s. Winds are still 10 to 20. And we're cloudy, but we're generally dry. I mean, okay, I got a stray sprinkle over the bay, but generally we're dry. So really, tomorrow is more about clouds and temps than it is about showers. Get up early enough, you'll have a couple of showers. By Saturday night, if you have plans to go out, don't have to worry about staying dry, just have to worry about staying warm. 45, 11 o'clock DC, 45 Hagerstown, 41 Cumberland. Of course, you jump the divide, you got temps in the 30s. So, and still breezy. I mean, winds will still be 10 to 20, 10 to 15, even Saturday night. So I think staying warm is your big challenge Saturday night. I think you might smell a couple of fires and fireplaces in your neighborhood Saturday night. Would not be out of the question. Now, Sunday, initially we start out with a couple of breaks in the clouds, but don't get used to that. And cold, temps upper 30s, low to mid 40s. Clouds return by 10 o'clock. Winds are now more northwest. Look at that, we're 50 in Manassas and 50 in Fredericksburg. Okay, but we do begin to clear out as we go through the day. So by 1 o'clock, now we're 53, 54 in Manassas rather, and 51 in Hagerstown. And, more sun south and west of town. But as we go through the afternoon, clears out. And finally, we're 60. Wow. 60 in D.C., 61 Manassas, and Fredericksburg. Now, yes, it still will be breezy, so it will still be a little chill to the air, but with sunshine, that's going to be great. I mean, after our cloudy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll be jumping for joy on Sunday. And temperatures below average, yes, but at least close to average. Sunday night, once you get in bed, to get the dog all taken care of, there could be some showers out toward Hagerstown and Martinsburg and along I-81, but not a huge problem. And at least the good news, temperatures around 50 to the 40s for a change. Then we get into Monday morning, starting out with some clouds, but really not a bad day. It will turn warmer on Monday afternoon. In fact, we're thinking Monday may be the pick of the week. It will be the pick of the week in terms of temperatures. There's no doubt about that. By 9 o'clock, we're already 50. You notice the wind's trying to be more to the south. Get rid of that northerly and that easterly component. Gets much, much better. By 10:30, we're already 55, and we have a lot of clouds, but we're already 55 on Monday. So, Saturday. We got a couple of early showers. If you get up early enough, you will see the showers. Temps in the 40s. We'll go back to the low 50s. I don't think that's going to happen in the immediate metro. I think we'll probably top out at around 49. You might hit 50 in Fredericksburg, and the burbs will stay in the 40s. But notice after that, it's just clouds and winds, pesky little north-northwest winds, which will add quite the chill to the day. All right, next 2 days for rainfall, which essentially means the next 12 hours or so. Still have pretty good rainfall possible. I think the Europeans are a little overboard, but when you look at that, we're looking at anywhere from an inch south and east of town to a third of an inch additional north and west of town. So, the weekend. Stray showers Saturday, mainly in the morning. Yeah, we knocked it down to 49, 44 for a low. Sunday starts out with clouds, ends up pretty good, actually, 64 for a high, 50 for a low. That's not bad. So, that's below average, but still, in comparison, we're going to be jumping for joy on Sunday. Now, Saturday, well, we're 49, 39 in Boston, okay? And, I did a little research here, so I know it's horrible right now, but if you were up in New England, Hartford's probably going to get 1 to 2 inches of snow. Burlington, Vermont's going to get a couple inches of snow, so it could be worse. Now, by Sunday, we're back in the 60s, and you look back toward Kansas City, you're like, wow, you're in the 80s. Well, yeah, oftentimes that will translate into us, but it does not in this particular case. We do make it to 75, though, on Monday, and we do make it into the 80s south of us, down toward Raleigh. But a little chilly air now begins to move back into Minnesota and the Great Lakes in the 30s, International Falls, and the 40s again for Minneapolis. By Tuesday, that cold air kind of sinks in the Ohio Valley, and that's what's going to cool us off a little bit Wednesday and Thursday of next week. I mean, not crazy, but below average. For us on Tuesday, we'll be in the mid-60s, not too bad, but you look upstream, you got 52 in Chicago, that's not great, and in the 60s for St. Louis, and that's coming our way as well. So, next 5 days, 40s tomorrow, but 60s on Sunday, mid-70s on Monday, little cooler Tuesday, and then quite a bit cooler, low 60s on Wednesday. Now, if we take you into the next 10 days, all right, no real warm air, but not bad. I mean, we're low 60s Wednesday, Thursday, upper 60s Friday, and we got Easter weekend. Back in the 60s, which is pretty good, pretty close to average. Average high is 67. By Easter weekend, average high is probably 68, but that's pretty good for us. And then boom, Easter Monday, we are back in the mid-70s. So after we get through the chilly weekend, especially tomorrow, we're going to be in pretty good shape. So here we go. Blustery on Saturday, a couple morning showers. Afternoon sun on Sunday, pretty good on Monday. I probably should reverse those clouds, put clouds in the morning and sun to finish. I think I'll do that before 11 o'clock. Mid-70s on Monday. Tuesday, breezy, morning shower. Breezy on Wednesday. We lose temps again. We're back in the low 60s on Wednesday and low 60s on Thursday. Good Friday, we're back in the upper 60s. And then, as I showed you on the weekend, we should be back in the upper 60s as well on Saturday and Sunday. And right now, it looks dry Saturday and Sunday. You know, we can't lose sight of the fact we have the parade tomorrow, Cherry Blossom Festival Parade, 10 a.m. to noon. Well, I mean, a couple showers are possible, but that's not your problem. Your problem is just staying warm if you're going to go out and watch. Mostly cloudy, a couple stray showers. Temperatures 43 to 48. So think layers. I wouldn't bring an umbrella. I might want to just bring something that would shed a couple of showers. But more than anything, layers to stay warm. Because remember, it's going to be in the 40s. It's going to be cloudy, and it's going to be breezy. So that's going to be kind of a cold parade. Just sort of keep that in mind. But keep that in mind if you do anything tomorrow. Layer it up and dress for the 30s as opposed to the 40s. All right, we'll see you tonight at 11 o'clock. In the meantime, hopefully you've downloaded our app. If you haven't, do so. You can track these showers with us as well. And, of course, if you see something, you can just go to our app. In the bottom right, it says Near Me. You can upload pictures and video, and you can be our eyes when we have weather events. So, in the meantime, have a great Friday evening. Stay dry. I'll see you at 11. I'm Meteorologist Topper Shutt.